You might not have experienced this yet, but on a long, high-stakes exam like the AP Biology exam, there comes a moment when your brain just stalls and you can't remember anything. I'm Miss Parrott, and in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what to do when, not if, that moment hits. And it has nothing to do with how smart you are or how much you study. This freezing, this blanking, it happens to everyone, no matter how smart you are. It's not due to a lack of knowledge at all. It's just a temporary means it will go away, retrieval block where you can't access your memory. Why does it happen? Well, it's because you're stressed and fatigued. And when you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that often has the effect of making you unable to access your working memory because it's keying you into your more instinctual body processes. That can be really frustrating. Now, the very first thing you got to do is stop the spiral. Because if you're anything like me, when suddenly you know you're a smart person and you can't think of something, your brain is going to start trying to diagnose why you can't think of it. And again, if you're anything like me, it's going to start with some negative self-talk, right? Like, you're not smart, you didn't study, and then it'll go into the blame game. Your teacher didn't teach you this, they taught you the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. Like this very yucky spiral, and it just gets worse, and you don't move beyond the block. So the first thing you need to do is tell yourself when you reach that block, hey, this is a temporary retrieval block, not a failure of my memory. I am not dumb and ignorant. My brain is experiencing stress, right? This is stress and fatigue. What I need to do now is reset. And when in doubt, just start, because the block can keep you frozen in place and paralyzed instead of taking a step forward that will then lead to momentum. Okay, so once you stop the spiral, what's our first move? Well, your first move is a physical reset. So again, it's not that you don't know, it's that your brain is blocked. These strategies I'm about to tell you about are silent and test friendly, and it will restore access to your memory. So there are a few different things you can do. The first one is the physiological sigh. So your body actually kind of does this, like you sigh when you're feeling stressed out anyway. So, but when you want to do it intentionally, you want to take a big deep breath in, then another little breath to fully fill your lungs, and then a slow exhale. Now, you don't want to be loud about it and disrupt everyone with your sighing, but you want to do this 1 to 3 times until you feel your brain kind of click back into action. You could also do 4-6 breathing, which is when you breathe in for 4 counts and then breathe out for 6 or 8 counts, a longer. You're breathing in and then breathing out for longer. What this does is it actually helps tell your body you are safe. And then it gets us out of the stress response and back into our working memory. And then there's grounding. So one way to ground yourself is to physically press your feet into the floor or your fingers down onto your desk for a few seconds and release, and a few seconds and release. This is giving your body, because your brain and your body are a squad, they're part of the same organism, is giving yourself signs that you are safe, and then your working memory can come back on. Now, let's say that is either just not clicking or it's taking too long. Then you just move on, friend. There is a little button right here that says flag for review. You want to click that button to flag it for review, skip strategically, and come back. What this does is it helps you sustain momentum. Momentum, like when you get blocked, and if you stop and let yourself fully spiral and get paralyzed, it's really hard to get the momentum back. And time is of the essence on the AP Biology exam. Using the move on strategy also increases efficiency, again, because it doesn't waste time. And what's cool is as you're moving forward, even if you're on different questions about different topics and skills, your brain keeps working on that question in the background. And sometimes you may come across a new question or a new piece of information in an answer that may trigger memories related to the question that you skipped. And then when you go back, you'll be able to use that to help you. This is strategic skipping. It is not a failure. Just because you skip a question, that doesn't mean you don't know it. It means you are focusing on momentum and efficiency, which is what earned you points on the AP exam. The next strategy, start anyway. So when you're starting anyway, so you cannot think of the answer, focus on the task verbs. And for each task verb, it helps you to have a sentence stem, something that goes with that. So if the test says describe, even if you don't know how to describe it, if you start writing one characteristic is, or if it says explain, since explain is asking you about cause and effect relationships, you could say this occurs because, or predict, if this, then this, because, or even if you just write if and then and because and leave yourself some space, or if the question says justify, you could write the data show. So if you have yourself a set of like sentence stems, then just starting writing, again, gets the momentum going. With momentum comes memory, and that could jog something back. And so writing triggers thinking. It also helps, like by physically writing it, it reminds your brain what to look for in the passage. And so then you can go back and look at the question and see with new eyes what you're looking for. The final strategy, and again, this is the final strategy, not the first, but if all the other things haven't worked, just write something. Use the prompt for clues, just like before, and write anything relevant that has to do with that topic. What will earn you 0 points is leaving it blank. Also writing the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That joke is old. That will earn you no points. It's shown up for like the last 20 years, like since social media has existed. Every kid's like, all I could remember was it's the powerhouse of the cell. So if you're going to be funny, at least be actually funny. But do not leave it blank. And actually, instead of being funny, try and write something relevant to the topic. Because if you do, there's a possibility that you could earn partial credit. And partial credit is better than no credit. So remember, stop the spiral, then reset physically, strategically skip and come back, start anyway, using the task verbs to help you choose a sentence stem. And then from that, either, hopefully by then, your brain will have clicked back on and you can build a correct answer from there. And when in doubt and nothing's coming, guess. And don't leave it blank. Write anything relevant. Points, getting as many points as possible is way more important than perfection. If this video helped you, please do give it a like. Subscribe to my channel And leave a comment, a question, or an emoji down below if you need help on getting ready for the AP Biology exam on May 4th this year, 2026. Also, if you want to practice FRQs, you can check out my TPT resources at Know and Grow with Gnomes. I have FRQs on all of the formula and equation sheet and all sorts of other things. So feel free to check that out as well. Keep learning, keep growing, and we'll see you next time.